There was a lot of evidence of Russian brutality that was coming across Twitter, Telegram, TikTok, and we as the journal started thinking, what's the best way to actually document a war play out in real time?
We gather all types of different media, from satellite images to videos we find on social media, in order to understand how all of these different places and moments fit together, both kind of geographically but also chronologically.
The video investigation team started daily meeting with the world team and the reporters in Ukraine on the ground, and using these different tools to understand the same story.
Minute by minute, you're seeing Russians come into towns and bombs that are being dropped and the casualties.
Some of these patterns emerged. We zeroed in on the road of death, which was on the outskirts of Kiev.
It's one strip of road that civilians were using to evacuate.
It was the only way out, and so what we wanted to do was document how that was happening. We sent a reporter in to identify various locations.
What we found was these civilians were being targeted by Russian forces as they fled. A resident sent us 2 short dash camera video clips that shows a car windshield and mortars flying in front of the vehicles. And so we were really able to put together this picture of what was happening across this whole area.
Трупи, вони вже синівші, розстріляні автомобілі, в яких угадувались силуети дітей. Мої діти все це бачили. У старшої була істерика. У вісні просипається, малий також постійно кричить.
It was cited in a Senate resolution that described what was happening on that particular road as part of a broader genocide on the Ukrainian people.
Isabel Coles was involved in a lot of these calls early on, trying to figure out stories to tell about the war crimes that were happening across Ukraine.
I went to northern Ukraine and spoke to this prosecutor about the sorts of crimes that they were uncovering. There was a case involving 3 brothers who had been detained by Russian forces, held them for several days, and then taken them to a ditch on the edge of a field and shot all 3 of them, but one of them survived. Of course, as a journalist, I knew that this was something that I wanted to pursue. I think it's quite extraordinary that he sort of managed to find his way home.
You're piecing together all these various aspects of a war crime. You're showing where it happened, you're showing who it happened to, and how it happened. And when you actually see it and you document it and you prove it, it's irrefutable.